Right thing, you don't want to guard me. No hoes bars when it's no boundaries. When the game start, no I go Kyrie. You a brave heart, I just put Spike Lee.
No Boundaries podcast is brought to you by Easter Custom Flooring, the flooring store for you and all your flooring needs. From materials to installation, they're the one-stop shop, going the extra mile for their customers, making sure customer service and professionalism stand out above the rest. Backed by well over 60 years of installer experience, give the pros a call today at 317-488-1151, located at 2804 North High School Road in Speedway, Indiana. I personally know these guys, and I personally recommend them. Tell them No Boundaries sent you.
We here.
What up?
No Boundaries. Dustin Laney, Jeff Todd. What's good?
What's up, man?
Nothing, bro. It's been a long week since I've seen you, man.
Yeah, it has, actually.
It was weird. I was like, man, I had to try to remember like what we talked about last week a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
what happened last week? It was fucking Wesley Matthews.
Yeah,
We did that
little
little short one because we were so excited to go watch the game.
Yeah.
But, you know, we back now. So a little all-star weekend for everybody. That was, you didn't watch any of it, did you?
No, I was playing the game. I don't care about watching that church league.
Yeah, no, it was fun, man. The 3-point contest was fun to watch. I always get into that. Little lackluster when it came to the dunk contest. 2 years in a row, man. I've just not been happy with the dunk contest.
Yeah, it's just not. And, you don't have your Vince Carters, your Tracy McGrady's, and your,
Well, the dude that won it dunked over Shaq and then put his elbow in the rim, which was cool. But like at the end of the day, like you're just dunking over Shaq.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean that's yeah.
Eh?
Oh yeah, Jeff forgot to address the new look we have here.
Oh yeah, bro!
This dude
I
just
forgot
acting
all
like
about it.
I did too until I was just looking.
Hanging out with Vic and
Yeah.
Andrew in the back.
Yeah. Shout out to the Geek God, man, Patrick Geek God, for making that for us. Man.
Yeah,
That
it looks
thing's pretty
dope,
dope. We wanted a little change, and we got one. I think this is a little more appealing for you
Yeah,
guys.
no,
so.
definitely. I think it looks dope, man.
Yeah.
Especially being able to like just play shit like this in the background.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to give me a little time to get used to how to mess with it so you ain't seeing all the screen share stuff. But, right now we just got a little highlight of the All-Star weekend in the
All-Star
background.
game, man.
So.
There was really like with that game, it was way too many points. I believe Team LeBron shot 93-point shots.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was just run down the court, shoot, which, whatever. I get it, it's All-Star weekend, but Giannis was trying to steal that MVP.
That's just all it is, man. It's like, dude, that's why I was like not interested to watch it. Not because it's just not the same anymore. It's,
no, they don't try like they used to.
And that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's like there's no defense until the fourth quarter. And then fourth quarter, for some reason, they just said to step it up. But, yeah, no.
Well, I mean, they also can't be getting hurt. Like,
right. Yeah,
it's such a critical time. Like, if somebody's getting their legs broke, it's like,
yeah.
there goes everything. You know what I mean? So,
Well, Giannis, man, just running full court looked like us playing 2K, dude. Just in transition, hand in the air, just running wide open, slamming. It was good to see that. And then there was that one bounce pass Steph Curry had. It went up over Kevin Durant's head. Giannis came down with it. Dude, it was just so nasty. It was so nasty. It was the only thing that, and then Dirk fucking. You see it on the video here in a second, but Dirk over there splashing threes.
yeah, I heard he was smacking boys a little
bro,
bit.
it was definitely good to see, and like they had him mic'd up, and he dropped a shot. Oh, I don't remember who it was in front of, but he dropped this three right in this dude's eye, and he's just like, "Thanks, kid." I was just like, "Oh my god!" Now he's out here talking shit. No, I would love watching it, man. Just seeing Wade and Dirk get out there one last time. I don't know how I really feel about the whole honorary members going to the All-Star game. It just makes it seem like whenever Dwayne Wade has, I think, 13 now, whatever, All-Star appearances, just seems like there's going to be a little asterisk on that last one because he didn't really make it.
Yeah.
The commissioner was like, hey, these guys are retiring. We're going to put both of them in.
Yeah. What I want to find real fast, you can keep going. I'm just going to, I want to see if I can find the LeBron and D-Wade, little interview that they had at the All-Star game.
Well, I saw that dunk, man, that, Wade throws it up to him and turns back and looks at it, which I thought was pretty cool because I think it was Roger shared that picture. It was like, old D Wade, he knew that there was more coming, but young D Wade knew that there was more coming, but old D Wade had to look back and watch it because it could have been his last. And I was just like,
this is the one.
Tugging on my heartstrings.
Run real quick.
Tugging on my heartstrings watching him.
Yeah, I think this was incredible. These guys are,
I think you just said it, Chris, and just being back on the floor with them, one last time, one last hurrah, and all-star, and like you said, the stars aligned, it all makes sense. So, it's going to be a treat. Like I've been telling everybody, it's a bittersweet moment for myself. The bitter part is that this is the last time, but the sweet part about it is how many memories that we've had over the years. So,
yeah, very, very sentimental there, man. It's kind of
got a little bit, so I get in front of him.
That video cut out. That video, LeBron cut out for some reason in the audio.
Fans want to see it. I don't know how it's going to be or when it's going to come, but I know whenever I get the ball, that guy's always lurking. So it's just I can feel him coming.
He got it too, didn't he?
Coming, down the court, and hopefully I get an opportunity.
And they're best friends in real life, bro.
Yeah,
stands out between
it's that whole.
My first championship that I won. My first championship, in Miami. Alongside this guy, that was his second, and it was something that we wanted to do. That's why we came together, and just being able to host that trophy up that night in Miami in front of our fans. It was a night that I would never forget.
Has it sunk in yet that this is the last time?
Yeah.
He's like, man, I'm done. Right. Yo, I'm done.
I made a decision to leave the game right now. Not being forced out, not being kicked out, walking away from the game with my head up high. Very thankful for all the opportunities that I've had. Thankful for the opportunities to play with this guy and be linked to so much greatness, and to be able to walk away knowing that I'm one of the greats to play this game. I'm cool with it.
Congrats, guys. We'll see you out there.
I'll see you out there.
And that's just,
Yeah, no, it's definitely
it's great.
It's awesome to see, man. Like it kind of gives you goosebumps to see these guys they're stars, man.
Yeah.
They're living legends.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
One of them is still in their prime, and then seeing them play through everything they've been together and win those championships. And then, it's just like it's a fairy tale ending for him.
And like you were talking about before, actually Barker said it, Dirk is the only loyal guy left.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's just because
it's the new era.
You can't, I don't know. I'm over that stuff. I mean, I was talking till I was blue in the face about that, and it did nothing, And speaking of Dirk, I'm going to let you guys watch this little we'll put it up in the background here. I'm going to turn the sound off. No, it said something about the crowd. But, Dirk is – there'll never be another Dirk Nowitzki. I remember when me and you went to that game, and, we both said, there'll never be another Dirk.
Yeah. Well, and how much of it not just only being Dirk being loyal, but Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
I think it starts with ownership first.
Yeah.
And Cuban has done everything to keep Dirk happy. He's Dirk's made take the pay cuts to get a championship there, to get Jason Kidd there, to keep Jason Terry around, Tyson Chandler when they won that championship against Miami. It starts with ownership first.
Yeah.
And then it comes down. And then I think that's just the model that Dirk's going to set for Luka.
Yeah.
And with Kristaps.
Yeah.
Once Porzingis comes back, dude, that team is going to be nasty. And I feel like if anybody's going to be, trying to play for somebody, it's going to be Mark Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
The dude is turned around what it is to be an owner. You see Herb Simonson in the game, he's chilling.
Yeah.
He ain't doing nothing. You see Cuban at a game, screaming, yelling, getting kicked out by the refs because he's fucking getting, when not to say that he's not supposed to do that, but as an owner, you're not supposed to do that. You can be passionate, but you got to shut the fuck up and sit down.
You got to chill, yeah.
And I don't know, man. I think that having that guy to play for, I think that's completely different.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And, but some people, they, like I said, they're just different. And, Barker, you're all right. You're the only loyal guy left, but, besides Vic and our whole team.
Right.
Basically, besides probably Tyreek, because I just don't think he's going to, go anywhere or whatever. But, I look at it like it's what it is nowadays.
Right.
Like it's just how these players look at everything, and they just say, "Hey, I can just follow the money."
Well, in my time, I've only seen one franchise leave a city and go to a new one with Seattle and Oklahoma City. And back in, I guess, in like the 70s and 80s, it happened quite a bit in the NFL. And during the merger for the NBA, there was a little bit of movement. But for the most part, everything's kind of stayed still. And then I really think KD just proved a point when he made that burner account last year and was like, yo, maybe he didn't want to play for those cats. Yeah. Maybe the owner promised him one thing, packed up shop and left and went to another. Like, it's like, yeah, dude, like, why am I going to be loyal when you can't even be loyal to the fucking city?
Yeah.
You're the city that has made the Sonics what they are, and you're just going to dip out on them.
Yeah.
And so I think it makes it a little bit easier for these players to be like, dude, it's just a business. I'm going to get my rings so people can leave me alone. And, he said it best. Y'all chastise them when we don't win rings. And when I go get a ring, now you're going to chastise me because of the way I went and got my ring.
Yeah, you can't win for lose. I mean, I don't agree with it, but in some circumstances, like I said before, we don't know what's going on in that locker room.
Right.
And I mean, we don't know how these players are being treated. We don't know anything at all, really. We just know
Harrison Barnes getting traded in the middle of a fucking game.
I mean,
like, it doesn't matter what kind of like stature of the player, but like, like in the middle of a game that I'm playing for y'all, you're trading me.
Yeah, I mean, it might have just got the word they might not have been doing it right then. I doubt word traveled that fucking fast. I mean, right. Jesus, what the guy do? Sit there and say he's sitting in the stands watching the game, run over to the fucking commentator and say he just traded him? No.
Bro, the commentators were live when there's a video for it. The commentators are like, and this just in, Harrison Barnes traded.
Hang on.
And like they put the camera on Harrison Barnes and he's just like, fuck.
Hang on.
Yeah, dude.
Let me find that.
Yeah, Harrison Barnes traded from Dallas.
Harrison Barnes.
I feel like I should be like, look that shit up, Jamie. Just like Joe.
Yeah, look that shit up. Okay. We got the clip right here. Let's see what happens here. And it was jacked up. I mean, it was jacked up, but nevertheless, we'll unmute this.
Porzingis is in the building as the Hornets take on the Dallas Mavericks, and what a game this was. Harrison Barnes
he's got the commentator audio.
You're going to see the reaction later. There's the lob from Luka to his new teammate Tim Hardaway Jr.
That's fire too. Tim Hardaway Jr. on the Mavericks.
Yeah,
that's fire.
This team, he can't wait for Porzingis to come back. Lob from half court to Monk. Oh my
nuts.
goodness! And then
I'm glad this is like an off video kind of
catch and shoot for the splash.
His
Mavericks are only up by a little bit.
His little announcer voice is trash.
Harrison Barnes. He doesn't know that he's about to get traded, so he's just doing what he normally does. And then reports are swirling. In the third quarter, he checks out of the game.
Look at him.
And he does not
just disgruntled,
look
bro.
happy on that bench.
He knows.
He's just sitting there.
He's been traded for Justin Jackson.
It's the way he
Zach
looks. It's his
Randolph
body
from
language.
the
He is
Kings.
not happy. He knows.
So now Harrison Barnes will play for the Kings. That means the Kings won't have any cap space. But guess what? The Mavericks, they're going to have a little bit of breathing room in the offseason to make some more moves.
Splash
this is
money.
Gonna be interesting. The mean step back splash from Luka.
This is a whole nother animal.
They're going to go on to
Yeah, bro.
win.
They didn't just walk up and.
And Harrison Barnes is still in.
He's like, man, I'm about to come there, man. He took the jersey off.
Want to get traded.
Bro, he knows.
Arenas is wide open
Yeah,
in the
bro.
corner. No
So with all that said, after All-Star Weekend, we go into the stretch of the season, like the last leg. Well, we got like 20 games left, something like that. I think it's around there. It's like 20, just over 20 maybe. But right now, with the way the standings are going, Pacers play the Nets in the first round.
Oh, yeah.
Get your brooms, bro. Get them brooms out because we going 4 straight.
Get the brooms out. Yeah.
So if the playoffs start today, we have the Nets. The other side is the Raptors and the Hornets. So we play the winner of that series. Bro, we could fuck around and get into the Eastern Conference Finals.
What do you mean we could?
I'm
saying we're gonna without Vic, and then the whole entire NBA is gonna finally say, all right, we can't sleep on Pacers no more. Because literally I seen a list the other day that was like top 10 NBA teams in the NBA.
Right.
And people were like, y'all just going to act like the Pacers don't exist? They're literally better than the Celtics. And the Celtics are on this list.
Right.
Like, why are we always just left out of the thing? Like, I don't understand.
Small market, man. They don't give us no love.
I mean, but it don't matter. If you're going to make a list, dude, go off the fucking list. That's actual.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
mean, bro, the power rankings have been fucking awful all year. I'm pretty sure at one point in time we had the second best, or like the third or fourth best record in the league, and didn't even get a top 10 on the power rankings.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Let them sleep. Let's fuck around and win the first round.
Let's fuck around and win the finals. Then they'll stop sleeping, right? Or are they still going to be asleep? See, you're still asleep. You're still asleep.
I don't
wouldn't go that far. Right?
Dude, the finals, that's a tough task, man. It's a tough task.
I just put that NBA fight video on just to have it running, just like cool stuff in the background.
Right.
Jacob was like, Harden can't fight. Why is he playing? No, I just put it on there just until we come up with another thing to look up. But I think Matthews is probably. I think now it'll be his third game. When's the next Pacers?
We don't play till Friday. We're off till Friday.
God, dude, I'm tired of that.
So it's a nice stretch, dude. It's a good break. But you said it the other day. Nobody was down in Charlotte from the Pacers. They all stayed up here.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and everybody's like talking shit, and I was like, whatever. What? You don't think we can win the Eastern Conference Finals? I think we can go there and win. It's the finals I'm worried about. Yeah, I mean, we're not going.
The only thing that scares me in the East is Philadelphia. Really, I mean, dude, they pulling off that trade to get Tobias Harris, like that solidified them. They still don't really have. He's going to be their second best shooter right behind JJ, but they don't have a weakness on that starting five now.
Barker, we can definitely beat the Bucks.
I'm not worried about Giannis like that, man. Giannis is that last game, he kind of beat us up, triple-double. But
that's because he was tired of the media talking shit, saying he couldn't score in Indiana.
Right, but before then, we wrapped him up, put a body on him, and I mean, at that point, you got to kind of just treat him like you did LeBron, let him get his, and try to limit the rest of it.
Yeah,
he's going to get his points, dude. He's a 30 guy. And unfortunately, he's probably going to win MVP. I only say unfortunately because Reggie called it at the beginning of the year, and I don't want Reggie to be right. So I'm just pulling for Harden to, Harden or PG to steal that MVP at the last minute. Just so I'm like, fuck you, Reggie.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
I don't need him to be right. I don't need him. Dude, he gets everything.
He's like, I told you, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't need that.
I fucking told you,
I don't need
coach.
That. No, I don't need that, bro. I need him to not be right, and I can not be right. That's fine. As long as we're both wrong, that's all that matters.
I told you, Jeff.
But the way PG's been playing, man, like, out of this world. And you could even see it. Jason was texting me during the All-Star game. The confidence Paul George is playing with is out of this world.
Fuck Paul George, man. I ain't even trying to talk about Paul George. You about to talk by yourself about Paul George. Paul George wants to... You want to be in OKC for 2 years, and then you want to play basketball. Where was that 47 points, 50 points, 43 points consecutive games when you was in Indiana, bro, when you was literally the only person?
Right.
Where was that at? Like, why is that non-existent when you were here? Is it because it's too early in your career, then you got hurt, and that set you back a little bit, and now and it's finally out of your mind that could be hurt again, or the PTSD, whatever, of snapping your leg. Literally, I can imagine.
Right.
Imagine, dude, going for a dunk and snapping your leg, bro. It's gonna be terrifying. A while if it's not your job that you're gonna go try to dunk the ball again,
right?
Because that's all you're gonna think about. And then once you finally get out of that, then I don't know.
Yeah, treating him like LeBron. When I say that, we went back-to-back years, Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7s.
Yeah.
We took the Heat that went to win championships. We took them to back-to-back 7-game series. The only way we did that was by letting LeBron get his and then limiting everything else.
Yeah.
Mike Miller, fucking Shane Battier, like, you know, all these dead shooters, Ray Allen. You know, we had to limit what they did and let LeBron get his fucking 38, 40 points a game.
I mean, yeah, I'm just not. I'm not afraid of Giannis, man.
No,
he is tremendous. He is a very. I mean, he's.
What scares me about the Bucks is Kevin Miller.
He's a threat, but there's not enough threats on that team.
There is, though.
Man, but there's not.
That Brogdon kid and Middleton are just fucking stone cold shooters.
We just need to guard the perimeter.
Right, exactly.
I mean, we need to understand that, and I think Matthews is going to help with that.
Right,
for sure.
Man, he looked great out there. Like, he did miss some shots, but the one game, I think it was his first game, he hit those 2 clutch with under 5 left to basically seal the win for us. 6-1 going into the All-Star break. That's a great record to take into that little time off.
Yep.
So now they can relax, rest up a little bit.
And everybody's just going to be quiet about how much Miles Turner's been hooping. No one wants to talk about it. Like, just coming out, dropping dick on everybody, blocking the shit out of everybody.
Everything.
Like,
he's going to have
he's played better without Vic, and it's not because Vic's not there. It's because he
stepped up.
Yeah, he knows he has to.
Yep.
He's not like, oh, you know, and Vic is not a selfish player by any means.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, Vic's not there, so now he can shine. No, it's just Miles is like, yo, I got to hold it down for my homie.
He missed 22 games this year, Vic has.
Yeah.
And, man, like, you could tell when he came back from that injury that he was rusty.
Well, it's because he wasn't putting in,
poor shooting nights every night. You know,
didn't have no bounce, man.
I think he had like one big game where he had like over 25.
Yeah, he didn't have no bounce. I could tell his shot was short.
Yeah,
or it was way long, and it was because I don't know if he was feeling tension, pain, or what. So it was kind of throwing him off a little bit. But it's. Yeah, no, he wasn't right. Like you said, he wasn't right. And then against that Raptors game, I feel like he went full blown. And, I think he needs to – he's a great slasher. But I think he needs to worry about his shooting. And
he's going to have to
slash when it's necessary.
He's got to develop his game. He has to at this point,
And it's a shot. We know you can slash to the basket and create opportunity at the foul line, or a crazy ass fucking layup or whatever. But bro, in order for you, to last, we need you to kind of harness it in a little bit and work on that jump shot and whatever. We got plenty of people you can feed. It's very possible for us to hold back your freaking dunking on people's heads. Do that once every 4 games.
Right.
Save that jump and that bounce for, whatever. Because, you got to think, dude, like, you just sit here and watch these guys. Vic, every time he goes to the basket, he's on the ground afterwards almost every time. You think, it's just like you were telling me about the WWE stars that, or what?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan
shrank, what was it? I think it was 6 inches over
because
his career.
of doing the leg drops.
Because of doing it. He said if he could change one thing about what he did in his career, it'd be a different finishing move. Because every time he did that leg drop, it compressed his spine to where I think it was 3 or 6 inches that he shrunk from the start of his career till now. Just constantly compressing his spine.
Yeah. And those are things you don't think about. What do you think these dudes' knees are going? Every time. And you're not really a big, giant dude. So, that is just impactful to your knees.
I told you the first time I met Darnell Hillman. I asked him if he could still dunk the way he used to. I'm like, man, you still get up there? He's like, I can get up there. It's the getting down part that hurts. And it's like, damn. That was the first time that I actually realized how much, it hurts to jump all the time.
Yeah, it's getting there ain't the problem. It's coming down is what hurts.
And I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Dude, go jump off my roof right now. You're going to feel the shock.
Right.
Even though they're not jumping that high, but you got to think the amount that they're jumping constantly, you know what I'm saying? Like, is deteriorating. Vic style reminds me of D Wade or Derrick Rose. It's not good for career longevity. You have to evolve into a shooter. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's not destroy, not everyone is a Vince Carter. Vince Carter is one of the only dudes that pulled out of being like that.
Still yamming.
I know, but he slowed down and perfected that 3-point shot. When he was still prime, like into prime, he started all of a sudden. He's just a shooter like a mug, and he still can dunk on.
Look at LeBron.
Yeah,
LeBron. From what he came out as a high school kid, just slamming the ball on the rim every time, and then went to Miami and developed that jump shot a little bit, and then started shooting threes consistently.
Yeah,
like all these great players have to find it and evolve, and they constantly are evolving. Mm-hmm. I lost a little respect for KD the other day, but LeBron was in an interview and they asked him, "What if you could take something from every player at the All-Star weekend?
Yeah,
what would you take?" And name by name, just starts going down the row. He's like, "Well, I'm going to take this jump shot from KD. I'm going to take Kyrie's handles. I'm going to take Jokic, Nikola Jokic. I'm going to take his size, his ability to pass the ball, and." Whatever. Goes through all these guys. The same question gets asked to Kevin Durant. What would you do? What would you take from all these players? He's like, I've already got all that in my package. Bro, what? Be humble. Like, what? No, you don't. Yes, you're great. He is. I think KD's he's real close to passing LeBron.
He's better than LeBron James.
Maybe.
He's better than LeBron James.
I don't know.
He shoots better. He hits his fucking free throws.
Yeah.
And he literally can't be guarded.
Mm-hmm.
You can guard LeBron. That'll lock LeBron up. Lance Stevenson locks LeBron up.
Right, but to
Lance Stevenson ain't locking KD up, bro.
No.
Thad, I love you, bud, but you ain't locking KD up. KD is 7 foot tall, and he will either dunk on you, bust your ass with a fadeaway, or shoot a three from Curry range. The thing, KD going to Golden State is... It made him a five times better of a player, man. Mm-hmm. Because they taught him that they worked on that shot. And it's like, bro, if you do this, and now he's untouchable.
Right.
I feel like, and yeah, you may not have all the numbers and all this, and he got his ring from this and that, and blah 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 blah. But the fact is, nobody locked LeBron up. Go watch Lance Stevenson lock LeBron up and get frustrated. And I mean, yeah, but they can't guard KD at all.
Right.
Like they can't. Ain't nobody. Oh, here we go with all LeBron stands. I'll lock LeBron up. I'll lock y'all's little baby daddy up. How about that?
So the way it goes with LeBron, in my opinion, is you lock him up for long enough, he gets pissed off, and then he drops it on your head.
Yes.
And it was,
and then then he forms then he starts running the ISOs and all this to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I score. Mm-hmm. And if I don't score, you know what he does when he is getting locked up? He drives to the basket and goes to the foul line.
Did you ever see that video when Chris Bosh's old lady was in? It was when Chris was still in Toronto, LeBron still in Cleveland, but Bosh's old lady sitting on the sideline just jawing LeBron, and he's just like, okay, all right. Pull up three splash. And he looked at her and shrugs his shoulders, goes back to the other court, defense, steal, come up, yam. And he just kind of stares at her. And then another time he comes back down, step up, three splash, looks at her and goes, you did this.
I wonder if I can find that on YouTube.
He just looked at her and said, you did this right now.
What, you said it was Chris Bosh's wife?
Yeah, it was Chris Bosh's wife. And then LeBron. And, like, bro, he just yamming it. And took the game over and was just like, you did this by running your mouth. It was fucking epic. It was man, that was a while ago.
I'm sure it's on there.
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah, no, that was one of my favorite things LeBron ever did, was just like, you did this. This is your fault.
Yeah, there it is. LeBron goes God mode after Bosh's girlfriend trash talks him.
Yeah, bro.
Let's see this. I've never seen this.
You never knew that?
No,
Yeah,
I never heard about this or nothing.
That was one of the first moments that I stopped hating LeBron as much, because like it was kind of cocky, but like he fucking backed it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
Well,
all
I
right.
mean, dude, LeBron's not trash. I mean,
Right.
I say he's trash, but he's not fucking trash. But here it is. I've never seen this, so forgive me while I watch this for a second, because I never knew about this. Okay, so he's on Cleveland. Is this obviously the first time he's in? Yeah, that's the first time.
Yeah, it's the first time there.
Yeah, obviously Bosh is.
Bosh still has a heart.
This is funny.
Yeah, he just doesn't let her live, dude. He's just like, you did this. This is your fault.
This is funny. I don't know if this is like those plays or if this is building up to it. Looks like it's building up to it because they're,
This is short-haired Chris Bosh, too.
Yeah, I think he had the little dookie braid, Chris Bosh.
He
little dookie braids.
Just cut all them dreads off.
Barker said Jamie pulled that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jamie pulled
Granger
that shit
used
up.
to frustrate a young LeBron too. A Pacers great with no love. Yeah, exactly, Danny. I mean, everybody's always wanted Dookie on the Pacers.
Yeah,
because this video is 11 minutes long. There's got to be a shorter one. Here. Let's see. First, Chris Bosh's wife. Yeah, here we go. This is 1 minute, 38 seconds. This has got to be the one. Shitty quality. Good Lord. Who took this puppy? We can't watch that. I can't do that to you guys. Ain't no way I'm letting you guys watch that.
Yeah, it's still one of the fucking best moments ever. Just be like, you did this. This is your fault. This is why your husband just lost this game, because you want to run your fucking mouth to me.
Yeah.
Splash.
Here we go. Here's a cleaner version.
She's sitting right on the sideline, too. Just jawing his ass.
There we go.
It's the little things in the NBA that makes me happy anymore.
I mean, yeah, that's funny. I mean, that's absolutely funny. I mean, look. Yeah, he's... Oh, I mean, why would you... Look, she's sitting there talking shit, too. She's standing up talking shit.
He's just staring her down,
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this dude's talking.
Story. After their first trip to the finals the previous year, the Cavaliers started the season with a disappointing 16-17 record headed to Toronto. And throughout the course of this game, it sure looked like Cleveland would fall to 2 games below 500. LeBron couldn't hit anything. The first 3
Damn,
quarters,
he's airballing.
6 of 19, throwing air balls and missing dunks.
19.
A horrible game by LeBron standards.
Oh, he
of
just
course.
missed a dunk,
I'm
bro.
not sure how many of you remember the Cavaliers
Yeah,
roster
bro.
This is
back
heat
then,
check.
but it ain't like someone else could step up and carry the load on an off night by James. The rest of the starting 5, meaning Drew Gooden, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Sasha Pavlovich, and Larry Hughes combined for only
Sasha.
34 points, 5 less than what LeBron himself had at the end. So ending with 39 points definitely means that he turned things around in the fourth. So what exactly happened?
Wacky Jackie.
The third quarter ended with a 13
Is it
point
Wacky
lead
Jackie?
for Toronto.
I
At
don't
this
know.
point, Raptors fans are feeling pretty good about
know who
themselves.
Wacky Jackie
There's
is.
some trash talk. 2 young ladies caught LeBron's eye, so there's a little
Sounds
bit
like
of
Wacky
back
Jackie.
and forth there.
But it's
Turns out
not.
that the girls are Chris Bosh's girlfriend and his cousin. And besides being down by double digits, James handles all of this with a smile, playfully interacting with the girls. At the same time though, he is preparing to go God mode against the Raptors. Fourth quarter starts and he absolutely explodes, hitting all kinds of shots. And after many of those, he will look either to the
He's
Raptors
like, "Fuck
bench
you,
or
host."
the girls' courtside and say something.
Look at the
He
team
ended
like,
the
"Man,
last
tell your
quarter
girl
with
shut up,
24
Chris."
points, 7 of 9
Tell your
shooting
girl
as
shut the hell up,
Cleveland
Chris. You
erased the
jacking it
deficit
up
and
for
came
us,
back to
man.
win it. During one of the last possessions of the game, LeBron casually walks over there and hands them the basketball as if to say, here, you can have the game ball because you're the reason we won. Bosh's girl still keeps talking and LeBron just says, it's your fault, it's your fault. During that whole time, poor Chris Bosh doesn't
That is
say a
crazy,
single
bro.
word and can only watch the king laughing and going back and forth with his
Look at
GF.
Chris Bosh. He's like,
At the end of
damn,
the
my girl
game,
just
James
lost
was
us
asked
the
about
damn
the
game.
score.
Did you see that when he's standing there? Oh, my God, bro. I'd be telling her to shut up.
Raptors lost tonight because they ticked me off a little bit.
This could have been the day that Bosh thought
He's like,
to
man, I don't know why
himself
she
that it
talking,
would be a
man.
good idea to
Right.
team up
That was her, bro. That wasn't me. I wouldn't
Did
say
you
nothing.
see him, bro? He's like, bro, I don't know why she's talking shit, bro. I don't know why she keep talking shit.
The moral of the story here is fans, especially girls, don't ever talk trash to LeBron, regardless of how bad of a game he's
Yeah,
having,
bro.
and regardless of the score. And last 2
You know he
things, guys,
apologized in
if
the
you
locker
like
room
this
for
video,
that. Like, bro, my
subscribe for
bad.
more,
I didn't
and make
realize
sure
that
you
she was
click
gonna
the
say all
notification
that.
bell so that you don't miss any of the future uploads.
Man, that's funny, dude.
It's like when your mom goes to your high school game and she just won't shut the fuck up. You're just like, shut, man, leave the ref alone.
Especially if you lose because of it.
Right.
And then you let him say, it's, hey, bro, your girl is the reason.
Right, get
Bro, he
your
literally
girl.
was like, bro, I don't know why she talking shit. That's what he said, bro. I read his lips. He's like, bro, I don't know why she talking shit, man. Like, damn, he's probably like, bro, you better get your girl. Oh, my God, that is hilarious.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe you ain't never seen that, man. It was definitely one of my favorite.
I
LeBron
don't pay
moments.
attention to LeBron. That's why I never seen it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I just seen that because that was fucking funny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like up there with like Reggie Miller and Spike Lee shit.
Right.
Like that's like that interaction. Like that's what the NBA misses today.
Bro, I think that's like my second favorite like shit talking moment in the NBA. I think the other one is when Paul Pierce goes out to Golden State after it was his little last year that he was doing his little rounds with the Clippers, and he does something, and Draymond looks at him and says, "They don't love you like they love Kobe." Like that was like
I've seen that.
That was too real, bro.
Yeah, I've seen
too
that.
real. No, I saw the highlights, man, of that UFC from last night. The Francis Ngannou and Cain Velasquez. Absolute embarrassment for Cain Velasquez, man. Just 26 seconds, I think it was, into the fight, knocked out. And Ngannou,
Yeah, I read that.
Nagano's a motherfucker, dude. He's just like a
What was that fight?
razorback
I'll
gorilla.
pull it up.
Ngannou.
20, I'm gonna have
Just type Cain, C-A-I-N, and then
C-A-I-N.
I don't know how to spell
Oh,
it.
I've seen it.
Yeah, but he it just was,
419.
Just
Cain
yesterday.
Velasquez prime. You mean 3 days ago?
No, it was literally yesterday. You're probably not gonna be able to find the highlights on YouTube, bro. Like UFC's so strict on their shit.
Knockout.
But man, like to see from where
Daniel
Cain
Cormier reacts to.
used to be, and then to watch him get just dominated like that, it's embarrassing to watch for him, man. I hope he hangs him up.
I think this is the whole little fight here. It's 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Somebody's recording it on their phone. We're not going to play the audio of this.
Yeah, it's just, man, it's so rough to see a guy that was just so good.
Cain said he beat himself. It was hilarious.
I mean, the first big
Poop quality, but
fight card that they had on Fox, it was Cain Velasquez versus Junior Dos Santos.
Cain's pretty old, though, ain't he?
He's
Cain?
up there, man. He's definitely getting up there, and just he doesn't have the power he used
Damn,
to.
bro, that dude knocked him.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
already done?
Yeah, bro. Over.
Oh, yeah, bro. You need to go on and say, that's bullshit. I ain't knocked out. Yeah, right, bro. You're done, bro.
So-
Like, you're done.
A lot of the things that people have been saying for years about Cain and his camp is that they just go way too hard during training.
Yeah.
And to the point where they're knocking each other out during training.
Yeah.
And it shows whenever you come into a fight like that and you get dropped and knocked out in 26 seconds.
Yeah.
The brain can't handle getting shut off like that over and over and over again.
No.
Like it can't handle that. And then to be doing that in training, turn around and go into the ring like that or the octagon, and it's a wrap, man. You can't do that. You can't be on top of the game and keep doing that.
No, because it's literally like getting in a car wreck every time you do it.
Over and
then,
over and over.
You know, then you're freaking...
And dude, and Francis Ngannou is no fucking joke. That dude is a monster.
Yeah, he looked like a complete, like, 25-year-old fucking savage.
A fucking razorback gorilla.
fighting-
like just ripping faces off.
Fighting my fucking uncle Remus, who's like 60. Cain looked old,
Uncle
bro.
Remus.
Cain looked old, bro.
Yeah, no, it just... And that's hard to see, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think during Bellator this weekend there was Mirko Krokop fought, and that dude, I mean, he's been part of some real questionable fights throughout his entire career. During the Pride days, I don't know how familiar you are with Pride, but it was a fighting company over in Japan.
I just know about them, yeah.
So it was basically the UFC in the 90s, but in Japan, and the Yakuza ran Pride.
That's gangster.
They're legit mobsters, just the Japanese mob, and they would fucking take suitcases full of cash, set it down to the fighter, and say, "You lose," and walk out. And if they didn't lose, those dudes disappeared. So they fucking Bob Sapp taking losses, everybody, dude, just dropping.
You lose. Oh, okay.
Yep. And you have, like, at that point when you're in Japan, you gotta pretty much just do whatever the Yakuza says.
And that pride shit is violent, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's like
soccer kicks.
There's like no rules type
yeah,
shit.
you
in there.
very few.
Like, don't kill him.
You can't kick in the balls. You can't eye gouge. You can't manipulate like toes and fingers. Like, they can't just snap your fucking finger.
Yeah.
But the soccer kicks, bro, like a dude laying on the ground and you fucking kicking him in the face, completely okay. Guy laying on the ground, you stomping his face, no big deal. No big deal. I'm like, what is this? Like, this is insane. The thing that I didn't like, no elbows. You could kick a dude in the face
While he's on the ground.
but you can't drop an elbow at all. No elbows. Which, I mean, like, John Jones has made that, like, his thing. You know, he's so long and lanky, he will have his hands up, bam, and you don't even see it coming because you think he's fucking getting ready to throw his hands. No, you just elbow all day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Rampage, man, just slamming boys. It, like, man, but goes back to Crow Cop having this left leg cemetery, right leg's hospital. He dropped these fucking head kicks on you. They were pretty nasty.
Yeah.
They were long, and they took a while to get there. If any highly skilled fighter nowadays is going to see that kick coming a mile away and get out of the way. So he had some questionable fights back then where he just had people dropping, you know, fights for him. But, man, to see him fighting, I think he fought Roy Nelson at Bellator this weekend, and it's like the old man's fighting, the old man fighting league, and it's just not, it's not entertaining to me anymore to watch that. I want to watch the highest skilled guys in their prime. Silva Pride fights, oh my god, yes, dude. Silva's Pride was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't hate MMA now. I hate
You guys
the
interact
UFC.
with Jeff for a second. I'll be right back.
I hate the UFC now. It's so saturated. Ever since they dropped down to having those 125, 135ers, it just got saturated for me, man, and it was just became too much. Too much of the same shit. These guys weren't skilled enough, and they're just small, which is entertaining for some people, but once you have so much and it's so diluted, I kind of lose interest. Just, it's not, I can only keep up with so much shit. And when they had the, you know, just with the original 5 divisions, everybody was good. All the champions on top of their game were good. Anderson Silva went on that run where he was just embarrassing guys. That one fight against, who was it? He just didn't throw a punch. I think it was Damian Maia. Yeah, Damian Maia was talking shit to him the entire week leading up to the fight, and he just embarrassed him. stuck and move, and constantly just getting out of his way. Wasn't very entertaining, but it was nice to see a guy of that stature just kind of toy with somebody. And I enjoyed that because I loved watching Anderson Silva fight. You know, Silva versus Chael Sonnen, the first time where they go through this entire fight of Chael being on top of him, suffocating him for 4.5 rounds. Round 5 comes, Silva throws high guard and ends up getting him in a triangle choke armbar and finishes the fight. Chael Sonnen gets up afterwards, is like, I don't know how a guy gets his ass beat for 4.5 rounds and he chokes somebody out and all of a sudden he's the winner. Well, it's kind of how it goes in the MMA world. But, you know, those were the fights that I lived for. The Diaz brothers, man. Oh, God. Watching those guys fight. Just constant pressure. Constantly swinging. Always heart. All the time. Like, that was the shit I loved. But, man, you got these guys, like, I can't respect Tyron Woodley as a champion. I don't like his style. He doesn't do it for me. You know, was it Whitaker is the heavyweight champ right now? That dude, I mean, until all of a sudden he fucking has hernia out of nowhere. The day of the fight has to be rushed to the hospital to have emergency surgery. And, like, that's the shit that made me start hating the UFC, is just seeing these cards built up and being so great, and then all of a sudden, yo, this guy's hurt, we're not fighting anymore. I feel like I'm being bamboozled and getting the towel put over my face just so I don't have to, you know, really be told you're pissing on my head telling me it's raining. I don't want to watch it. So, we got Daniel Cormier, he's a heavyweight champ. That just makes no sense to me. John Jones, of course, light heavyweight. Robert Whitaker, Tyron Woodley. Khabib, see, I respect Khabib's game because he's a dog. dude's just a dog. Constantly pressuring, constantly moving on the ground. That old school GSP, I'm going to point you to death, and then I'm going to maul your body until you're just dead. Woodley's style isn't very exciting to me, man. He's got a lot of power. It's just I think it's the attitude behind it that I don't really care for. He's got that John Jones mentality of I'm just amazing. And it just I don't know. Yeah, you're not wrong by saying that Damian's awful striker. He's not awful, but he kept away the entire time from Damian Maia. Did not feel like, that was very entertaining for me. Just Damian, I have the utmost respect for jiu-jitsu guys, and that's why I love Damian Maia, because he is one of the best jiu-jitsu technicians in the game. Even though he's old as shit, he's still one of the best guys to get on the ground and just choke everybody. Chip on his shoulder. Yeah, I mean, Dana treats everybody like shit. You know how I feel about Dana White. I think Dana White is awful for the UFC. The dude's a hype beast. All he does, just hypes everything up, and I mean, that's his job as a promoter, but it's just, I don't know, man. I just lost so much respect for Dana White. Yeah, it could be. I don't see anybody taking Khabib down for a while, man. It's kind of crazy because he's just a dog, man, just constantly scrapping.
Damn, what's up, man?
Yeah, you good? Bad?
An emergency, bro.
Good.
I hit the bathroom like quick. I couldn't even be like, okay, guys, hold on a second, set up something for you to watch. I had to bounce instantly.
Oh, you good?
Yeah.
I was just talking UFC. So.
I know, I heard you. I was watching.
Damn,
good show,
hey,
dude.
thanks for the support, bro.
Good show, bro.
Everything looked
good
cool?
Show. Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
That's why I knew I could go, because you're talking about fighting. So I'm like, yes, he'll talk the whole second I'm gone. Gotta go, boys. Be right back.
Yeah, no, I just started talking old fights and shit that I miss for the UFC, man. I do miss those. I miss everybody being great.
Yeah.
Back in the day when you had that welterweight division, it was GSP up top, and then everybody was just fighting to get up there.
Yeah.
Koscheck, like all these just great fighters. But I disagree, Daniel. I don't like Ben Askren. I think Ben Askren is way too overrated. He's never fought anybody really worth a damn. I just don't. I didn't really care for what he did. What was it? I don't even remember the promotion he was at prior. Maybe World Fighting Championship or some shit. But the dude's never fought anybody. He was talking shit to GSP when he didn't even have a dog in the fight. Yeah. GSP would maul people. And he's like, oh, yeah, I want GSP. I want to fight GSP. No, bro. You ain't good enough yet. Get up to the UFC, then you might be able to fight him. But, I don't know. Askren's just not doing it to me. I do like, in Bellator, there's this kid, MVP, Michael Venom Page. I like him a lot. He's very cocky. And I don't know. It's a fine line. I hate cocky guys, and I love cocky guys. It's like I want to...
So you hate cock and love cock?
Kind of.
Okay.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Love-hate.
But, I don't like John Jones' cockiness, but I like...
John Jones is a beast, bro.
So, I'm a little biased against John Jones because I was a Rashad Evans fan for so long, and Rashad kind of just took him under his wing, and then John blew way past him.
Yeah.
And I didn't like seeing that as a fan. But it was the little things. He started mimicking his entrance, the way he crawls into the cage. Rashad Evans was doing that. Just it was like the little things like that. Maybe that's
what he wanted. Maybe he wanted to create a spawn of himself as a champion. So he was like, "Be like me, bro."
So they were like, "We'll never fight each other ever. We'll never fight each other. We're brothers. We're not fighting." And then time came where it was Rashad's champion. And John Jones was right there waiting. He's like, John's like, fuck it, we fighting.
Yeah.
And Rashad's like, we're not supposed to fight. But they ended up doing it, and Jones humiliated him twice. Just absolutely humiliated him.
Sometimes that's what happens, man. I mean, I watch UFC every once in a while, but the only shit I ever really watched was like Mike Tyson and shit, man.
Like the whole boxing. See, that's the thing. Unless it's a huge fight, like that Deontay Wilder fight a couple months ago, I don't really care. Boxing is just so...
But back in the day, man, it was...
Back in the day, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Back in the day, that's where it was at. You know, I mean, and then Mike Tyson was just...
Mike Tyson took heavyweight boxing and fucking made it skyrocket.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, man, and my dad ordering the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And people coming over and watching Tyson box. I'm like, damn. All right. And then it just went away.
Yeah.
Until I got my 20s.
Kind of like, I feel like it kind of fizzled off like after Mike was done.
Yep. Because there was no electrifying fighters like that.
Yeah. Like, not saying none of those other guys were good, but like after Mike was done, man, like I just feel like people wasn't trying to watch it. I mean, you just look at this guy. I mean, he is just, he's insane. Still to this day, I think Mike could snap your neck if you punched you in the mouth.
Absolutely.
And I seen him on Joe Rogan's podcast, man. He is 100% mentally there. Like did you watch it?
Mm-mm.
Man, I watched it and I'm glad I did because Mike is here. Like he's a different person. And he's not the what's the word I'm looking for? He's not like the untamed or, guy you don't know what the hell he's gonna do.
Right.
You know he's back there. He's got like a weed grow going on and stuff. Like he's starting a thing in California, doing his thing, and it actually said like he did some like peyote or maybe it was like ayahuasca treatment thing that like really leveled him with himself and realized that he wasn't that guy anymore, and he actually didn't like being that guy.
Right.
He loved fighting. He loved being a boxer. He loves boxing. He's proud of that. But the guy he was then, he didn't like who he was. He was like, I was a terrible father. I was this. I was that. You know what I mean? And you can totally get out that Mike he's everybody thinks he's crazy and unpredictable or whatever. But now he's a whole nother ball game, man. I mean, it's cool to watch, man. I always love Mike Tyson. I think Mike would have whooped Muhammad Ali's ass. Honestly, bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm just. I
don't know. Ali's head movement and his footwork is what made him great, and then the outside of the ring shit is what made him great. He was the first guy to really self promote back then. I'm a bad man.
Have you watched that all that point of view from Joe Frazier's side?
No.
Watch it.
Yeah.
To change your opinion real quick about Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's great. He's a good this and that, but he literally spun off like racial things towards Joe to basically humiliate him, and they were like actually friends.
Right.
At first, like when Muhammad Ali lost his right to fight because not going to the army or the military,
the
draft, Joe helped him get it back and everything, and then all of a sudden it was this fight for him. Like, okay, whatever. And then like, he was literally like, I'm not gonna repeat them, but like racial slurs, as in like gestures and saying he's this and he's that, and like he's like, yo, what? You know what I'm saying? Right. And like beat him all the way down to this point where it was like the popular thing, he was the popular choice.
Right.
You also
got to think about what was going on in the world at that time. Like the racism is flowing heavily through this country.
I mean, yeah, but they're both black.
Right.
And he's
right, but
it's
so
bro, we're not talking about a white boxer and a black boxer.
No,
that would
but
have
it
sense
makes
to it.
It makes it a little bit easier when this racist ass dude from the South is like, yeah, he don't like him because he's black. I don't like him because he's black either. Like, woo, like, dude,
no, dude.
That's how I
think
see
that's
it.
how that worked. I don't think that's how that worked. Like, I think basically what he was doing was weaponizing, and he was basically saying he was an Uncle Tom and this and that, and yada yada, and Muhammad Ali converted to Muslim or whatever,
Right.
Whatever, and he was basically just using that as a weapon, and he was basically degraded Joe Frazier all the way down to where even when Joe whooped him, you know what I'm saying? Joe whooped him, and then all of a sudden it got worse,
Right.
and it was like, I watched that documentary the other day, and I was like, I have never seen this. Like, I watched it on YouTube. I was like, I have never seen this, and this is crazy, and it makes sense. Like why we all, obviously Muhammad Ali is one of the greatest boxers of all time, but Joe Frazier wasn't no slouch.
No.
Wasn't a slouch by any means. And I think, Ali got him. What did they fight? Twice? Three times?
So.
Twice. Got him the second time, and then just, whatever. But I don't know. They he just took him under his wing, basically just like you were saying.
Right.
And then totally flipped the script on him and was like, this guy, he's calling like a gorilla and all this crazy shit. He had a stuffed animal around. He was like, oh, boo, 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 whatever. We talking about Ali as a boxer or a nice guy. I'm confused how any of that takes from his skill. Well, he got his ass beat the first time. After running all his mouth towards a guy who helped him out to be able to fight again, he's running his mouth, and he's got his ass whooped.
Right.
That's where I'm bringing it to. Like, that's
Yeah.
Tyson was a piece of shit human, but it's just the fact that we look at Tyson was just a piece of shit.
I mean,
who was knocking everyone out.
I've never seen
Muhammad Ali's not really a piece of shit. It's just how it was referring to what Jeff was saying with Rashad and John Jones taking him under the wing, and that's basically what Joe Frazier did to Muhammad Ali, and a lot of people don't know that. And I didn't know that until literally like a month ago. I was like, are you serious? Like, he couldn't even fight no more, and Joe was like, I got you. He was all about working with Joe Frazier and his white people to get his fighting license back. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as he got him back, all of a sudden it's, whatever he's talking about. I'm the greatest there ever was, like, whatever he's talking about. Neither here nor there. Muhammad Ali's a freaking great fighter, and that is what it is. But it was kind of dookie what he did to Joe Frazier, because it's kind of like, maybe that's why they did that. Because Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier did it.
It's like, it sells a fucking fight.
Yeah,
it does. Like getting back to like MMA and Chael Sonnen. Like, Chael Sonnen will still tell you to this day, never lost a fight, never lost a round.
Yeah,
dude's lost like 8 fights. Always gets his ass beat. Never lost a fight, never lost a round. Makes you want to watch him fight.
Yeah, like, I'm watch you lose, bro.
Bro, when him and Anderson Silva went at it, so they're going to Brazil to fight, home country of Silva. The entire stadium is behind him, let alone the country. Chael Sonnen was worried that like he might actually get murdered while he's there. He tells a story about Nogueira walking up to a bus because he thought he said it was a bus, but he thought it was a bull.
Yeah.
And he walks up to the front of the bus. He's like, "Oh, settle down," because they're just making fun of how, like, basically how uneducated the town of Brazil or the country of Brazil is. Says, "I'm gonna go to Brazil. I'm gonna smack Anderson Silva's old lady on the ass and tell her to make me a steak." And then fucking goes in there, and dude, the crowd is chanting. It's all in Portuguese, but they're chanting, "You're going to die." Like, as he's coming out, it's just, "You're going to die. You're going to die."
Oh my gosh.
And like goes out there, and I was talking about it when you were gone, but like dominates Silva for 4.5 rounds, and then Silva throws his legs up and wins. But that's the shit, dude. Like, it makes me want to watch him fight because he's talking so much shit. He's selling the fight. This is WWE.
I mean, I think you should.
Yeah.
I think if you're a professional fighter and you're about to fight someone, you have to mentally prepare for these things. How can you, go hang out with them and be like, "Yeah, dude, in a week or so, I'm going to beat the crap out of you."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you, I mean,
I'm going to whoop Anderson Silva's ass, smack his old lady on the ass, and tell her to make me steak. That's like, okay, we're getting personal now.
Yeah.
But yes, no, I do love those shit talkers. I mean, that's why I like the Diaz boys, man. Like, they just, Like, the dude would be in the middle of a fight, slap you in the face, not punch, a slap, open-handed slap, and be like, Stockton, bitch, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, that's the shit I love. Like, you're mid-fight, open hand slapping a dude in the mouth and be like, yeah, I'm from Stockton, what's up, bitch? Like I love that shit.
Yeah, no,
win or lose, I love that. Yeah, fuck you motherfuckers all the time, bro. All the time, bro. Those Diaz boys are out of this world.
I want to be entertained. I don't want to watch Mayweather jab for 12 rounds. More like run for 12 rounds. He runs away. He doesn't even jab for 12 hours. He runs away. And pokes.
I hate it and I love it at the same time because it shows you how skilled he is to be able to engage and disengage. Like, I'm going to hit you, but you're not going to hit me. Mm-hmm. Like, that takes some fucking skill.
Yeah.
And so, like, that part of it entertains me. But for the everyday fight fan, you're not going to want to watch that.
No.
Like, if you're just, like when we go to Pacers games, and like you said, like, when we were down there for the Mavs game, you're like, bro, you weren't watching Luka, you were watching DeAndre. You're right. Like, I find that aspect of whatever the game is, and I'm like, this is what I'm going to focus on for the remainder of this game or for the remainder of this fight. I want to watch this dude get in and out and see what he really does, what's skillful about it. So, like, that's – and I carry that from sport to sport. Even watching that AAF, the Alliance, I'm watching the offensive line. I'm watching the defensive line. I'm not caring about the wide receivers. Like, the catches are cool. The runs are cool. Don't really care. I want to see the battle within the battle. Mm-hmm. So that's what differentiates your everyday fan to your true, like, I want to watch the chess match inside of it. You know, when I was working at the high school, there's a kid that was playing basketball on the team, and he was just pissed off because coach isn't running plays for him. I'm like, dude, it's a chess match, bro. He doesn't need to move you yet. He needs you to do your job. You need to do this. Yeah. Defensively, you need to set screens, and you need to move on offense. He doesn't want you to score yet. Your scoring will come. And the kid just fucking pouts for about 2 weeks. I watched, because every single game, I'm down in the gym. I get all my shit done just to go watch high school basketball. Mm-hmm. That's how I got to watch Gary Harris play. Dude, that was fucking awesome. But finally, you can see that he has a good matchup, and the coach is going to him. Like, this is your night. Don't fuck it up. And the kid finally, you could tell, like, when he's, like, starting to get plays range, like, sweet, fucking yes, I can relax now. I can do what I need to do or what I want to do. And it's part of the chess game that the coach is running as well.
Yeah.
So it's the game inside the game that really gets me entertained. There you go.
Yeah, that fight, I watched that fight, actually.
Yeah, points and laughs and then flips you off. Or what? I can't remember. Didn't he laid down? It was when he was fighting Silva. Laid down in the middle of the octagon. Did the dad pose. Hand on the head, leg up in the air, and goes, come on. And Silva's like, get the fuck up, dude. Let's fight. But it's like, it's stupid shit that I love that. And like, Connor's gas tank is a joke. He can't keep that pace up for 5 rounds. But it was getting there.
He parties too much, I bet.
I feel like it's he does too much in the ring. At like, these guys come out setting this pace, and it needs to be a pace that you can run for 25 minutes. If you come out and you're throwing a punch every 2 seconds, good luck. You're gonna get tired.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes 25 fucking minutes later, you're gonna be done. But his ground game is not what it should be to be a champion and to be a tenured champion. But now they're talking about fucking Silva versus McGregor. I don't want to see that. I like both fighters. I love watching Conor just because the way he talks shit and then he backs it up, except for like the last 3 or 4 fights. But it's, you know, he got knocked out, I believe, against Floyd, or they stopped it, but he went 10 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. Probably the best defensive fighter of all time.
Jeez, that's different, man. That wasn't, you can't really use that. I feel like that was all
it was a big money grab.
Yeah, that's I didn't even like that. I shouldn't even watched that. Like, I was like, oh, okay, I can see here now. You know, I thought for sure, you know, Connor's gonna get to him, he's gonna knock his ass out and this and that, and Of course, what happens?
Right. He
Wins
gets
by
worked.
decision.
Yeah, he gets worked.
No, he's running around just like Floyd did with Pacquiao. Running around, dancing around, say what you want, get hit somebody. This is boxing.
Did you see the video of
fucking
Pacquiao
tag.
and Mayweather seeing each other at the basketball game?
Yeah.
And they just like, fuck these dudes. I love you, bro. We made millions of dollars
Yeah,
together.
absolutely.
$100 million fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Well, damn, it's been an hour already, bro.
Yeah, we
here.
can run it. We can.
All right. So we have some new developments as of last night.
Mm-hmm.
So you can now get an audio-only format through Podbean.
Podbean, yep.
So go on Podbean, No Boundaries Podcast on there. Definitely check that out. Subscribe. That way, if you can't get to the live feed or you don't want just the video of it, you can just have the audio format to listen to.
On iTunes and Google Play.
Yeah, we're getting there, too. I think right now we're only on Podbean, but iTunes and Google Play are the next big step. So we should be having the next couple episodes going over to iTunes, which is going to be huge. So, yeah, so Easter Flooring.
Yep, shout out.
Appreciate the love, the sponsorship.
Them in there.
Make sure you guys check them out, any of your flooring needs. They got you taken care of.
Yep.
So, all right then. Well, I'm not even going to plug the YouTube anymore. Not until we get it fucking running right. Facebook, Podbean, Instagram.
Boom.
No Boundaries Podcast. We'll see y'all next Monday.
Peace. No Boundaries Podcast is brought to you by Easter Custom Flooring, the flooring store for you and all your flooring needs. From materials to insulation, they're the one-stop shop, going the extra mile for their customers, making sure customer service and professionalism stand out above the rest. Backed by well over 60 years of installer experience, give the pros a call today at 317-488-1151, located at 2804 North High School Road in Speedway, Indiana. I personally know these guys, and I personally recommend them. Tell them No Boundaries sent you.
No holds bars when it's no boundaries. When the game start, no I go Kyrie. You a brave heart, I just put a Spike Lee. Do the right thing, you don't want to guard me. No holds bars when it's no boundaries. When the game start, no I go Kyrie. You a brave heart, I just put a Spike Lee. Do the right thing, you don't want to guard me. Monday nights, round 7, catch the whole feast. Jeff, Ty, D, Laney in the